We're live.
Manny, this could be from any week, from any time period. This says nothing about our show. The Alexa Bliss is not on there, but we feature her picture all the time.
As you can see, there's a clear shadow, which is Nia Jax. When the do you know when the school bully comes, and
yeah.
all you see is shadow? That's Nia Jax.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Death Star. Oh shit, what's that? That's no moon. It's Nia Jax. Yep. I can see any of these being your thumbnail, but I am 100% sure it's not Bliss this week. I'm 100% sure. Ripley, you never had a chance. You ordered your title. Although belts do add stuff.
It does add stuff, and that angle does work well. However,
It does.
ever since I called her Diarrhea Ripley, referred to as was it really worth it? Was the Diarrhea Ripley really worth it? She's never pulled in views.
No. Is this it? Is this the one?
No.
Like this is the one.
This is the one.
This is the one.
Yeah.
All right, Manny. Now we need to go. Which one is you and which one is me?
We're both the left one.
We're both Piper Nevin.
We're both Piper Nevin. She brought the energy when she won the match, which we both do, which we tried to do for Raw. It came across fake, which I saw now Piper Niven, which I saw through Piper Niven. I was like, you are believing in this stuff. You are a liar. You are not believing in this stuff. You are trying too hard for your job.
You are not evil. You're just here.
I was like, me and Marcus fake this episode of Raw every week. Like a
Manny,
good woman.
Manny, if I told you someone from NXT UK was coming to Raw this week, who would be your guess?
Kaylee Ray.
That'd been a good guess. I would have even went with, Walter wouldn't be a bad guess. I would, there's numerous people. I did not see Piper Nevin really coming. Like, oh shit, it's Piper Nevin.
Yeah, but they were the names listed to potentially be her muscle.
But I never believed it.
I did.
Because I went, why? Why Piper Nevin?
I did. Realistically, you can get away with that stuff with NXT UK. Because they tape so far in advance, she could have done a 2-week quarantine, come to the United States, and be on TV. So realistically, anyone in the NXT UK could have done it.
Yeah, but I still didn't believe it. Didn't think the pairing was going to happen.
You didn't believe it.
Didn't believe it.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Ow, ow, ow!
Hey! Oh, check out the Marcus head, man. He should. I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous. Hey, Bobby, the ladies of Lashley.
I was honestly, if Eva Marie didn't happen this week, this would have been the thumbnail.
You know what my favorite part about this picture is? Is that I felt like they were playing musical chairs and the one who's sitting on the head just lost the seat. She's out. And trying to get that last seat. He goes, just like, I wasn't next to last nonsense. It's like, it's not enough room for you. We ain't got enough for 3 people in this chair.
Bobby Lashley looks like his wife just caught him.
Honey, I'm doing nothing. I'm doing nothing. These are just my friends for work. You said you weren't coming back for a week.
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Lord Manny Hayes, and I'm joined by a broke
Marcus, the grand finale. Yes, guys, I am broke. But it's not the last time. Yeah, or it won't be. It's not the first time, and it probably won't be the last time. But baby, we're gonna make money back doing this show, doing nonstop, pure wrestling fandom entertainment. And if you donate to StarFrontier.com/the Sharpshooters, come on, I'm gonna go hard on this one, or hit that donate button. The entire show is gonna be dedicated. Every single sentence I say will be sponsored by the Sharpshooters.com donate button and StarFrontier.com the Sharpshooters.
So I didn't prepare any allegedly, but allegedly Samoa Joe is returning tonight.
Yeah, allegedly that's happening. Yeah, apparently Big Papa Triple H saw that Samoa Joe was released by the McMahon. And it happened, and Triple H was like, "What? You can't release a man like Samoa Joe." And Vince is like, "He can't wrestle." That's what I want. I don't want him on commentary. I got Byron Saxton, damn it.
Do you know what? I don't want this to be the end of Regal either. Do you know what I want this to be? Team Regal versus Team Samoa Joe. War Games!
We could always lead to that. We could. That would be nice.
That would be
where it's like little dissension. Although the end of In Your House with William Regal walking away as the post-credit scene.
The solo tier. The solo tier as well.
Yeah. I have never seen it like this. Things have to change.
What prompted for months?
Years.
The parking lot's not been safe.
Manny.
The parking lot has not been safe since 2016.
I wanted Regal to find like a crack pipe in the parking lot, and then that's where he goes. This is out of control.
Boa's crack pipe.
You want to hit Regal? You're going to just tell her, "You mad? I'm your boss. You can't just tell me before I hit him a crack pipe. I'm a former drug addict too. Don't do this."
Okay, so let's just run through In Your House. So the opening match was the six-way man match for winner takes all. Won eventually by Bronson Reed and MSK. I feel like Bronson Reed could make it to the main roster. However, his setup for the tsunami takes way too long. And I know he's a big guy climbing to the top rope, but he takes too long to find his balance.
Yeah, he's a big guy though, and that move, the tsunami, I feel like only works if Wade Barrett's calling it.
So
I can't imagine Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, or why am I blanking out? Jimmy Smith diving and going tsunami. Very similar to Wade Barrett, or they're gonna just go pipe him in.
He squashed Santos Escobar against the barricade again. Nearly murdered him.
They was murdered in front of live people.
Never be seen again.
Yeah, I thought it was a really nice opening match. A lot of high energy, and I was really it was really like, oh, this is In Your House. This is a good start.
And then it continued. I think I feel like it. The next match was pretty decent. It was Mercedes Martinez versus Xylee. Xylee gets the win, but then Boa proves to be the worst big man in the game.
Is he still considered a big man? Is he? I mean, he's tall. Yeah, he is. He is the worst. He's the worst.
Mercedes Martinez shoved him out of the way. Shoved him out of the way.
Yeah, she can whoop his ass. Just period. Like, any time of the week.
She couldn't whip Mei Ling's ass.
No. I feel like that took too long of an ass whooping when she grabbed him by the thing. I feel like there should have been a count out of some kind or some random DQ. It was just like, gah! And then she got her. But it was a solid match overall. I wasn't like, I feel like it shouldn't have been on the show, even though I don't know what would have replaced it.
It should have been a pre-show match, but there was nothing else that you could really put. You could have put a tag team feud in there for the women's tag team titles.
Yeah, or even GYV and Ciampa and Thatcher.
Yeah, but you need something to tune into tonight.
And for some reason, Manny, I want a tag team strap match, which I feel like I'm going to get in AEW one day. The way they're going with strap
How does that even work? How would that work?
I don't know, Manny. I don't know, but I can imagine it happening. I thought about that when they were talking about we're going to do a strap match on this week AEW, which we're probably not covering at all. There's no reason to. Nothing happened. There's only one thing I want to. Oh, good. Nothing happened.
The Euros are on. If I don't have to do a show, I ain't watching it. I haven't watched SmackDown either, and that probably might have been the best show. And I love some Uso drama.
You didn't see the assassination of Dominic?
All
right, let's cover In Your House, and I'll update you on the stuff you missed this week in the world of professional wrestling. So let's continue to In Your House.
So what followed that? It was the ladder match, which I felt flat. It was a good match, but I felt like no one was into it in the crowd.
I felt the crowd wasn't. They were into Grimes, but I don't think they cared about the match. I thought it was okay. I thought the match was okay. I just don't feel like we needed a ladder match for this feud.
It was too early for a ladder match.
Yeah, I wanted maybe a regular match, maybe a comedy match of some kind. I don't know what I wanted, but a ladder match wasn't it. It was a good match, though. They put on some solid work. You know, Grimes fell off the ladder. It looked like he hurt himself several times. And I thought the right person didn't win, though.
Yeah,
Eli Drake is a better $1 million man.
Well, it's always better to have the face person chasing for whatever it is. This for story purposes, especially the way WWE book and where they're going to be heavily linked into story together in matches together in the next couple of weeks. It makes more sense for Grimes to be chasing on that way. And we all know what's his name is going to be involved in this. The Rainbow DDT guy. What's his name?
Rainbow DDT, man. Atlas. Oh, Jake Atlas.
Jake Atlas.
Yeah, right. I was like, who the hell are you talking about?
I
Is
knew
that what
his
it's called, finisher?
Yeah,
Is that what it's called?
The Rainbow
I didn't know
DDT.
that. Wow, they really just his gimmick he's gay.
He does a handspring into a DDT on the ropes.
Yeah, it does make sense. But they really are. His gimmick is he's gay.
Yeah, and I don't think that should be his gimmick. But
no, that's just who he is.
Live your life.
I didn't know we were basing it on like that could be every straight wrestler. Well, your whole gimmick is you're straight. Okay.
No, unless secretly he did gay porn.
Yeah, you're super straight. All right, I guess that's my gimmick. What's different about you?
And then we get the women's NXT title match, which was probably better than I was going to give it credit for.
You just hate Ember Moon.
No, I just felt, do you know, this really didn't have a story. I feel like this.
Yeah, it was more about Shotzi being hurt, and they had.
Yeah, this was too rushed. That it didn't mean like it did. It felt like it just didn't mean anything, and you couldn't when you see matches like that, you just know Raquel was going to pick up that win.
Yeah, it was that transitional match. You know, it wasn't like if I think it would have been more like who's going to win if she was fighting actually Shotzi over Ember. Yeah, I didn't feel like Ember was getting it. Like Shotzi, you could probably rally behind being like, you know what, she's going to scrap it. She's going to kill herself. Maybe she will win it, and hopefully that's the next feud.
And then the match that's going to be reviewed on the run-in review by Jen, Mike, and James from Coming Down the Aisle on the Mic'd Up Sports YouTube channel. Who else? Jamal from the Mid Card Mess podcast, and I think Eric.
Possibly no. I believe it's Shantae, Eric's wife.
Okay.
Casual fans.
They'll be doing the review on the actual match. They give it their star ratings.
Card subject to change.
How would you like to cover this match? Are we covering it as if we're doing run-in review, or are we just going to talk about it?
Well, we if we want to, we can just talk about it in general, and we can give our star ratings if we want. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. Story doesn't get a star for me, by the way, because there's not much of a story into this match. The main story is Adam Cole and everybody else calling out Karrion Kross, and him decided to fight everybody. And basically, the match is Kross any good? That's the story.
Yeah, and I kind of like that, but then then you can't go anywhere with that.
Yeah, like people calling out Cross on the line, like this guy's kind of bland. I don't see it. I don't see it. Like that's not why we watched it. This is supposed to be, this is like if you're watching UFC and you like John Jones can't be the guy. I don't see it. He's winning. He's winning. That can't be a story. He clearly has it.
So no star from the both of us on story.
Story.
In ring, I'm reluctantly giving it a star. Mainly because it was very spot heavy.
Yeah.
Which you expect of this type of match. You expect that of this type of match. But like I think I'm getting to the point where I realize I don't have attention deficit disorder. So I don't need a high spot every other move to keep me entertained in it.
But I didn't feel like it was just all high spots. I feel like in this match there were just a lot of close near falls and different spots to try to do finishes and stuff. Like it felt like everybody in the match was trying to win. Like everybody had an opportunity to win. They were doing their best efforts. If we were to give this a separate star rating for Cross, which you want to do, he doesn't really get a star for me. But I feel like everybody else carried him.
Oh no! Match. So we can't give Cross a star rating that combines with the actual rating criteria. Cross needs to be rated out of 5 stars, or just on his own. He sits alone in this criteria because if we start doing that, we can end up having someone can end up having a 10-star match, including Cross.
No. The star, these are side stars. These are like prop bets.
Yeah, so
something on the side.
So what I've
just
done
for my analysis, this is something for me to spit at people.
What I've done with everyone that participated in the run-in review, which will be coming out soon, is to give their grade of how many stars they would give Cross's performance.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm giving him 3.
I'm in the 2-3 range. I don't honestly know. I feel like he was just carried by everybody else. Like everybody else looked sharp, but Chris' timing was great. It was move after move, and I was like, oh. His 90% of his match was how do we get rid of Cross?
Yeah, and then he spent a lot of the time on the floor or like off camera.
Yeah, it was like how do we get rid of Cross so we can do everything else? All right, throw him through the door. All right, powerbomb to the table. All right, do this. All right, let's go back to these other guys.
Yeah,
but and then in the beginning of the match, I wasn't a fan how it started when nobody was doing anything and it was basically crossing these little one-on-one matches with everybody. I wasn't a fan of that. I was like, no one else is doing anything. But it's kind of like in Stadium Stampede when they all had their like own little period in the time, but it was no like, I wonder what everybody else is doing. This was like Cross is just in there by himself with these guys.
I want to go back to story quickly and then attempt to try and erase the star from... Oh, we didn't give it a star anyway. But
yeah, you're trying to take another star for something you didn't give a star?
So,
it's like Vegas trying to take another dollar from me. I have no more money.
So everyone in the actual review did get asked a follow-up question of with the story being that Cross got run down in the lead up to this match by Cole and then everyone else the following week. Did Cross do enough in this match to kind of push away that overrated stereotype he's gotten and that was brought to light by everyone?
No. But you know what? If I'm WWE and I got this guy who everybody feels overrated, and the story is that everybody feels he's overrated, but they can't beat him, and it's kind of I would go the Floyd Mayweather route, in which Floyd Mayweather is considered basically overrated, and he's not a real fighter. He's boring to watch, but he wins all the time. And you would never argue that he didn't win his matches.
I would say more we go down the line of... Do we go down the line of Cena? Like back when the Rocket was strapped to him. You know, like shortly after he first won the title at WrestleMania against JBL.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the fans started to turn. And then we got the "You can't wrestle" chants at John Cena. when everyone else came against him. Do you go that route with it in future booking?
No, I try to avoid that at all costs. But he is a heel. He is a heel, which I think was reestablished in this. I don't 100% know. But I think it was his post. I don't know. But I would just try to go with, I strategically win. I'm a boring wrestler, so what? I win matches. That would be my gimmick.
Do you... And then the other thing that came up in one of the interviews, but it may not come up on the actual end of the video, is do you remember the lead up to Cross when he was fighting Keith Lee? There was less talking from Cross and more Scarlett. And then suddenly, this title reign, it's more Cross than Scarlett. When it was in the lead up to Lee, I don't think there was as much polarization in terms of Karrion Kross is overrated going into that match with Keith Lee. But now the second time around when he's champion, it seems like that has been vocalized a lot more.
Well, I believe it becomes a larger sample size of him, because at the point of the Keith Lee thing, he's only been in squash matches, and they were like 2 minutes, and then he squashed Ciampa, and then him and Dijakovic had, I believe it was a solid match, but he killed him in the end. And you didn't really have all right, here's the match. We're building it toward Keith Lee, and then you get the Keith Lee match. You kind of left with, oh, that was it. And then you get the what's the match after that? Was it Balor?
Yeah,
I feel like he went to another one between. I think he had Priest. It was Priest, and you kind of were like, And then he went to Balor, and you were like, oh, okay, this is what it is. This is not. Yeah. It's not the opponents. It's not the contrast in styles. This is just who he is.
Oh no, it wasn't Priest. It was Escobar.
No, Escobar. Oh yeah. Priest had the one match though, right?
I don't think he had a match with Priest.
Yeah, he had a bad match with Priest. Because we were coming off, Priest was on the hot streak of having all these good matches. And then I think it was maybe another Takeover or something, or somewhere in there, or NXT. He had a match with Priest, and it wasn't really any good. We were like, oh. And then the Escobar one was the street fight, and that was probably my favorite cross match, not counting I guess this one. But solo match, singles matches, my favorite one was the Escobar one, and this is what I think he is who he is, and I'm still willing to give him time, and I would like for him to play up that his style's boring. I want him to be more Baron Corbin. I thought I'd never say that about anybody.
You're putting a death sentence on this man now, Baron Corbin. So
not Baron Corbin the character, but in ring style.
So currently.
You'd be always surprised that he has that?
Currently, we're both on one star. Atmosphere and entertainment.
That's what, yeah.
Atmosphere and production. Sorry.
So we're in the in your house. They added seats to everything, and for some reason, I felt like the crowd was worse than what it was before. Then without having the Tron or the videos there, and I was like, "What happened? Who are these people?" And it was proof that I think it's time for them to leave that area. They are completely burnt out of NXT. Because it's probably the same fans there every week. And it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's what it is. And they're being wild. They need to travel.
What it is, Marcus, you see when you see a female, a beautiful female, who's caked her face in makeup. So realistically, just and then you occasionally see them without it, and you go, "Oh, you actually look nice without it." And then you say to them, "Less is more."
Yeah,
that's basically what happened with the NXT fans in that arena. Look at the previous takeovers where they've been in that CWC, which they named it as just the Performance Center, but the CWC, whatever you want to call it. They had maybe pockets of people, and then the big boards to cover up the rest of the space.
Yeah,
that seemed more louder than it did when there was more. When they put in at least, what was it, 5,000? It wasn't 5,000. About
5,000.
Like 2,000 people.
No. They only had
300
or something. Yeah, you're really overinflating the numbers. 2,000 people in this warehouse. No, it was only 300 or something. And I don't know. I think they either need to try to go back to Full Sail and lead the CWC, or try to find just travel, get new locations, smaller boxes. I don't know. Because they also have piped in audio within the show and the match mixed in with the fans. So it was like, oh, what do we do here? Who chat what? So I didn't really dig it. I didn't dig it. So
yeah,
atmosphere, no star.
No
It's
star.
a harsh review. It's a harsh review for a match I really enjoyed.
The finish. I enjoyed the finish.
The finish was nice. The finish was the right story. It had the underdog Kyle O'Reilly looking like had Adam Cole right where he wanted him in the heel hook. Adam Cole couldn't escape, and the only reason Adam Cole escaped was because the life of him was being choked out by girls.
Yeah,
and the referee had to stop it.
So I really enjoyed that. That you don't see that often. That type of finish, and that was really enjoyable because Cole could have tapped. He was close to looking like he was going to tap. They sold that really well, and I think that also helped Cross look dominant in the end.
Yeah, it helped her. He seemed like the smarter fighter. Everybody else was beat up. Although, you know what? I want to go back to atmosphere for a quick second. Pete Dunne's white outfit was the outfit of the night. I don't know why.
No,
it just was like,
no, it
looked
really
like
wasn't.
he was gonna win. It looked like he was gonna win.
It really was. I'll tell you which are the outfits of the night. The way. The entire lot of the way.
Well, yeah. They'll come down to click.
Marcus, they had the dog dressed as Hunter Hearst Helmsley. A dog with a cravat. A cravat, Marcus.
Oh, I know we're supposed to cover this match, but their outfits. So if I'm correct, I don't know. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 Kid was Indy?
No.
And Candice was what you call him?
I think Candice
was Razor?
I think Candice was 1, 2, 3 Kid. Because of the bandana.
Oh, maybe.
And Indy had the kind of razor blade Indy written on her tights.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who was who because they look so similar. They should have went different colors.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh, they have basically the same outfit. Because people were saying there were 2 Razors, and I was like, no. What else? 1, 2, 3 Kid?
So we got 2 stars. 2 stars.
Yeah, 2 stars.
Now,
Finish was nice. Yep.
Overall entertainment.
I give it a star. I was entertained throughout the match. It was a lengthy match, but I feel like the work in the match was good, and the wrestlers put a lot of energy into it, and there was a lot of thought in there, a lot of spots in there. Good selling overall. I really like the selling. That's probably my favorite thing. I know it goes into the in-ring, but overall, it was a star for me. It was an entertaining match.
It was. I really enjoyed it. Even though it was very spot heavy, I expected that from this match. But it kind of pushed some bits where there was lulls in the match as well. Because it was really long, so you almost felt like you needed it at times. And I want to retract something the moment you brought up Pete Dunne. There was a bit where Karrion Kross was about to get his fingers snapped, and he begged for his life not for that to happen. So now I bring him down from 3 to 2.
Oh, so wait, which star are you taking away?
So I gave Karrion Kross I gave 3 out of 5.
Oh,
so he gets 2 out of 5 for me. So
because he begged for his life.
Yeah, overall I'm giving it 3. Over 3 stars, and then Karrion Kross 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm giving Karrion Kross 2. I just feel like he was the. There was a secret meeting with the other 4 wrestlers going, all right, let's treat this as like a gimmick match, and Karrion Kross is the gimmick. How do we work around it? That's what it felt like to me. And it was just like, he felt like someone, like a side character. I don't think he belongs in NXT.
Well, I said,
that's what it is.
I did say, like, when we were doing our preview, I did think this would have been the perfect time to get the title off Cross, because he can continue going on to Raw looking strong, or SmackDown looking strong, having not lost the title, having not been pinned. That would have been the perfect time to get the title off Cross and then move him on. But maybe they want more time with Cross. Maybe they want to expand on this character, which may work too.
He does need to work. Like, if this is still in a way, I know they don't call it a developmental brand. This is still developmental. He still needs to develop some. And I think NXT could help him. One thing I noticed in this match, he did seem smaller. I don't know why. Like, he seemed larger at times than other people, but I feel like he seemed shorter.
I didn't notice that.
Like, maybe it was just the way he was standing certain times. I was like, he's not as tall as he normally looks for me.
So, do you want to cover bits of AEW and SmackDown?
Yeah. Hold on, let me adjust your thing. All right. So AEW this week, Cody had a big announcement. I don't know if you can hear all this loud music.
Yeah, I can.
I was like, what the hell? I gotta leave this place. So Cody had a big announcement. Is that next week he will be teaming with Arn Anderson's son, whose name I forgot, but he looks like absolutely nobody.
I'm fed up. I'm fed up.
Have you seen it? Have you seen him, Manny?
Yes. He just looks like some regular guy.
Yeah, just looks like some guy. Oh, do we really need this guy here? This one guy. Like, it didn't make it a big deal. I was really upset about that.
Glad to see Arn Anderson's 43-year-old son finally make his in-ring debut.
He did. I don't know how old the guy does, but he looked like the 43-year-old dad who's like, kids, settle down. Daddy's going to work.
Yeah, at the quarry.
When I was in Vegas, you know how many, and I can't even remember his name. Oh, Brock Anderson. You know how many Brock Andersons I saw walking around? And by the way, he's the weakest looking person I've ever seen named Brock. Like, every time you see somebody say Brock, oh shit, that's going to be a big boy. You're going to have to fight him. And I'm not even just talking about Lesnar. I'm just talking about my life. I met Brocks. It don't matter. They normally see, like, you don't fuck with that guy. This guy, he named him Brock, and you're like, just get out of my way. You look like Brock Lee. Oh, you're soft, you're weak, you're brittle. But moving on, I don't want to just dwell on that. The main event was pretty weak. I wasn't into it at all. It was Hangman Page and who was he teaming with? I believe it was 10 of the Dark Order against Brian Cage and oh my god, why am I blanking out on this tag match? Anyway, the long story short, Brian Cage and Team Taz seemed to be breaking up, and it was like, we're still going with this. And that was the main event. And I was like, that's a weak main event. The Bucks had a match. It was a 6-man, solid match. You know, you're going to get what you get from them. But it was not a can't-miss show. It was like, oh, this is what we're getting this week. And then, moving on to SmackDown.
When did you have time to watch any of this?
Friday. Friday night. I watched it all, one shot.
Oh.
This is before a trip. We didn't leave till Saturday. So SmackDown was more Uso drama. Jimmy Uso has the Usos locker room now, and he told Roman, you need to meet with him, and he swore Roman did this on purpose to cost him DQ, to squash his ego. Anyway, Roman goes into this office, into his cousin's dressing room, and confronts Jimmy Uso. They have a fight back and forth, and then main event Jey Uso said, no, both of y'all need to figure this out, because I had enough of this, as in being the child in this relationship. Parents getting a divorce. And then Roman seemed to come to his senses and tell Jimmy, you the older one. Get it together, man. I shouldn't have to be teaching you. You should be supporting all of us. And then Jimmy seems to be like, right, man, we need to get our shit together. And then they both walked away, but it seemed like they found a consensus. Rey Mysterio was upset, dressed as full hype beast. It was ridiculous. Like, everything on, I was like, Rey looks like $4,000 cash. That's what he looked like. and he was in there, and he's called out Roman and challenged him to a Hell in a Cell match. Roman, in the meantime, who has all this shit going on, just looked at him and was like, I ain't got time for this shit.
Yeah.
And said, Ray, I don't give a damn about you and your son. And then Ray already hit him before Roman even said anything, but you can just see how Ray was over it. And then Dominic comes out with the jumping, and then Roman Reigns launches Dominic with a powerbomb to the outside of the ring.
I saw the memes of that. I was just like, that's never not going to be meme for eternity.
That was so funny because Dominic was beating on it, and then Roman just runs, and just launches him. And, and it's just like, Jesus. Like, it just made me go, Jesus, why? He didn't land on it. You don't see the landing because, probably, last time no crowds there, you could get away with shit like that. But it was just cut so well that it was like, oh, my God. He killed that kid. He gave no fucks. And so they're going to fight in a Hell in a Cell match, basically. But SmackDown is a solid show.
Okay, I may go back and watch it. There is too much football going on. England again playing rivalry game this Friday. England versus Scotland. There's gonna be fights in the street. I know.
Yeah.
I was part of it.
Blood will be shed. England won their first, not their first, but they won. They beat what was it? Turkey? Croatia. Yeah.
Yeah, very drunk in a pub.
I saw that. Yeah. Drunk in the pub. I saw some of it. It did in what game? Someone had like a heart attack, right?
Oh yeah, Christian Eriksen, Danish player.
Yeah.
They haven't really. I haven't read up on it, but they haven't really specified what it was yet. I think they're still trying to determine what it was. But like the guy threw the ball towards him, he caught it at feet, he got it at feet, and then just went down. But then the bigger controversy was that the people that were basically directing the show. So the feed is recorded by UEFA, the people that run the thing. Yeah. And then it's just broadcasted out to all the networks. And in the UK especially, I don't know about anywhere else, they focused on the footage whilst the players did form a shield around him, so you couldn't see what was going on while they were attending to him and giving him CPR and stuff.
Oh wow!
On the pitch, that would be the time you'd go to studio and you just go to whatever B-roll or whatever you have and kind of ignore that situation and let that happen. But they're showing his wife looking terrified. They're showing players crying. I'm like, you don't show tragedy like that on live TV.
No, you try to just cut away to something. But
yeah, I can't. The Portugal game was just on while we were doing the show, and then I think France and Germany are on afterwards in 20 minutes. So yeah, enjoyable thing. I am gonna be quite drunk during a lot of it during the England games.
Fantastic.
Let's get into this garbage show called Raw.
Hold on. NBA Clippers are now tied 2-2. Just to let you guys know, just to let you know. Playoff P has showed up. And I don't want to say that too many times.
No one. You just got to be wary that I don't clown the Clippers. Other people do.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Let's move on. I don't want to say too much because it can start Clipper War. Monday Night Raw.
Okay, so this may have been the most polarizing episode for all the wrong reasons. So,
and for the record, I'm going to go and start this hot and say I didn't hate this Raw and I actually enjoyed it.
There was a good amount of it I really enjoyed. I don't even want to start. It kicks off with Alexa Bliss. She said she has a lot. She basically cancelled Lily.
She had an apology. It's an apology. She canceled Lily over last week's angle, which I had totally forgot about the Shayna Baszler's death.
Yeah, she writ off Lily. Nia Jax asked what happened to her. Said Shayna's gonna wait to see her at Hell in a Cell. Nia claims they used to be friends. Alexa claims they were never friends. Nia threatens to beat sense into her. Alexa pretends to be sorry, but then accepts Nia's challenge. The match happens later on in the night.
Oh, we're jumping ahead.
I'm just gonna clear that segment. Alexa wins because of DQ, as Reginald causes DQ. The match was actually going all right. Alexa hits the. I don't know what to call that splash anymore.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called before. I haven't seen it in forever. Was it Twisted Bliss?
Yeah, Twisted Bliss, because she used to just do the DDT.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah, then she started doing. Yeah, the splash is back, and this match was better than I thought it would be, considering who were involved, and I was going like, this is gonna be trash.
Yeah.
And then that ending of Reginald being hypnotized, I was like, no, I thought we were done with the Lily stuff. I thought we were gonna go straight. I thought we were clean. Not totally clean. But now Biscuit's gonna buy his two favorite storylines: Bliss and her weird supernatural powers, and Reginald's ability to fight women.
Nope. Because Alexa Bliss somehow had control of Reggie like a puppet. So I think I might know where this direction's going now.
Bliss and Reggie?
I'm getting Thriller. I'm getting Thriller on Raw. I had zombies. She went like that. Reggie went like that. It's happening.
Okay. Let me say, if they were to do a Thriller angle, Manny, and they would literally break out the Thriller dance, play the Thriller song, and let's say they would have did that in the Miz and John Morrison match, do you think that would have got backlash for what they did? Or would you go, I think everybody loved it, they rehearsed really hard for this?
Yeah, it'd still get heat because of Michael Jackson.
No one cares about Michael Jackson anymore.
They still do. I bet you tomorrow a kid will come out, not a kid anymore, like a teenager, say Michael Jackson touched him.
Michael Jackson's dead. Get out of here. You can't be a teenager. He's been dead longer than you could have been a teenager at this point now, Manny. Been dead over a decade.
They still do it.
He still got me. He got me. He got me too. How old are you? 12.
And then yeah, I want Thriller, don't you?
Yeah, I would take Thriller. I'll take Thriller anytime.
So we get Nikki Cross versus Charlotte again because Charlotte needs to have that loss stricken from her record.
I think that all these Nikki Cross victories deserve an asterisk next to them. All of them. She's racking up wins like it's AEW Dark. It shouldn't be happening like this.
And then Nikki wins by count out after Charlotte gets distracted by Rhea Ripley. Rhea in the back says Charlotte's delusional, as instead of focusing on a match, she's mending her bruised ego, which we then get Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. This was another good match on a decent card of Raw. Yep. There was some actually dookie on this, but this wasn't one of the worst matches.
We could cover the dookie on the show. But there was no dookie on I feel like none of the main characters of Raw had any dookie segments.
Yeah. And then
as we're using the term dookie now, as our education slowly declines.
Well,
this was pee-pee and boo-boo stuff.
And then Charlotte gets changed from a ring gear to do a run-in, and then get her nose busted open in the process.
Yeah, when she came out in that outfit, I was like, is this your running outfit? Why'd you planned on doing this attack in pure anger? Were you about to leave? What's going on when you decided to do this run-in?
That run-in made her more agile.
Nah, fucked it.
That made her agile. Yeah. She made a win.
She looked like an Olympic swimmer going out there in that catsuit. It was like, I'm going to go attack. And she had heels on when she came out and decided to take them off. I was like, why did you even come out like this? You were clearly here for violence. And she got busted open. We had a pretty good pull apart.
Yeah. But too many pull aparts. Too many.
A lot of cuss words, though. I enjoyed the cuss words.
There's too many pull aparts.
Fuck off me.
There's too much pull aparts across WWE right now.
Oh, come on. You get 30 of them in AEW a week.
Yeah, but now watch what's going to happen, Marcus. We had pull aparts through Takeover. Where William Regal was losing his shit.
Yeah, he's out of control. We really need to come up with a fine for these pull aparts.
There was a pull apart between Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke and then Tamina and Natty.
Yeah, you're right. You got it right. You got a point. Yep.
No reason that should happen. Then we had the pull apart between these two. And
all right.
Tonight we're guaranteed a minimum of 2 pull aparts.
Yes.
3 days in a row. All WWE programming.
I believe tonight gonna start with a pull apart on NXT. Just say. Oh. I don't know what part of the show we're gonna cover this, but I want to cover this right now. This is my favorite moment of the wrestling week, and I don't care. Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose photo shoot leading into Natty and Tamina pull apart for no reason, because it's so stupid for me to go.
Well, Natty's a hypocrite.
Why do we have this setup here and that setup there? Going in there, like, none of it makes sense. Like, I feel like they would be in different departments. Like, why does Natty want to get some training with Tamina right now, knowing that Dana... Like, I was so confused on this. And then going like, all right, they do not have the right to be upset with... Like, Natty and Tamina knew what they were doing. They had no reason to be right there at that current moment.
To be fair though, Natty had a go at them for trying to look good in their photos. Well,
Yeah,
that's what Natty does. Natty's Instagram is a thirst trap for anyone that likes women that smoke 60 cigarettes a day and sound like this.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's a photo shoot. Oh, look at you guys in focus on this. This is my job. This is my job. They told me I didn't say, hey, WWE, I want to do a photo shoot today. No, we do this we got to do it. They told us, hey, we're going to take some pictures, and we were taking pictures. No one told you to come do this punk-ass workout right now. Trying to get Tamina in ring shape. You guys have no opponents or matches. Get out of here.
So, let's cover the final women's
And
segment.
Manny, on top of this, they shouldn't even been there. They are SmackDown wrestlers.
Yeah.
Why are you here backstage on a Raw show getting your shit in?
If you're not fighting, why are you there?
Yeah, you have no reason to be here. No reason. We're here to take photos. We wouldn't be here if we didn't want to be here. We're here to take photos. You're here on your day off, trying to get work in and messing up other people's shit. Get out of here.
So let's cover the
Big Trigger's coming.
the thing that's happening. So it was advertised before the start of Raw. Naomi was going to face off against the returning Eva Marie to kick off the Eva-Lution. Turns out it was going to be Piper Niven from NXT UK, which
Don't do it. Don't call her Piper Niven. She's the unknown.
Okay, the unknown woman. or did they want to get this young woman, this young lady, entering the ring?
This unknown young lady.
I don't know who she is. Which she makes quick work of Naomi. Naomi got completely squashed, literally and figuratively.
Yes. Yes.
It seems like Eva Marie still claimed the victory by claiming she had won on the microphone.
Yes.
So I'm guessing that Piper was her proxy, and I'm hoping this is just a continuation of the gimmick she had before she was released many years ago, where she was finding all kinds of ways just to not get in a match with wardrobe malfunctions, random injuries. This is a perfect gimmick.
All right, so the way I interpret this, when Eva Marie got on the microphone and said the winner is Eva Marie, I wanted Piper Niven's new name to be Eva Marie. So the setup was, you're fighting Eva Marie. Oh, this is also Eva Marie. We've never done any bullshit like that. So you never know who you're getting in the ring with. And this one was Eva Marie, and she gets the victories on her name, but she never has to compete. And I thought this was a win-win scenario. People were bitching and moaning for weeks about saying she's a terrible wrestler, she can't work and do anything. And now she's just doing what she's doing.
But the thing is week 1 into this. We don't know what direction it's going into. So, at least give it a month minimum before you shit all over it.
Well, people were bitching about it when they were just getting video package of the Eva-Lution.
She's doing her job. She's doing her job, and she's doing a lot better job than most of the wrestlers that can't get real heat.
Right now, Manny, and this may be a hot take. Eva Marie is the #1 heel in all wrestling today.
I don't know. Do you know why?
I don't know anybody that just like her, that is a fan that goes, I'm rooting for her to win.
Okay, so who
Or is it me?
Who debuted last week on AEW? 2 weeks ago on AEW.
Andrade and Vicky Guerrero.
Whose presence made that debut not seem as big as it was because everyone was too busy booing her?
Oh, that's Vicky. That's Vicky heat though.
Yeah, see, Eva Marie gets the same level of hatred as Vicky does.
But I don't even know if Vicky's is hatred anymore. I believe you just boo her so she can say excuse me a million times and you go louder. I don't feel like there's a hatred. It's just more like that's the reaction we want.
Yeah, but Vicky gets that reaction, and then Eva Marie, and I think as we get closer to where we get Raws with actually fans in attendance, them booing her is going to bring some much needed real sound to the thing.
Yeah, it's going to be so loud. It's going to be so loud, and it's going to be great. Like, I think that is the perfect... Like, if I'm Vince, and she goes out there, and it's just like, boo, and, it's just overwhelming. If I'm Vince, I'm going to have that one tear out my eye going like, we did it. This is just what I wanted. This is exactly what I fucking want. The response I wanted. There's no way they're going with Eva Marie's shit. I understand they're pushing her as a baby face and people going like, oh, this isn't working. And she's like, oh, I'm inspired. No, she's being evil. She's 100% evil and doing nothing. She did absolutely nothing tonight. And she walked onto the ring and Piper never just walked right by it, threw her kilt off. It was amazing.
So now we get the men's segments.
Hold on. My Siri jumped in my ear for some reason. Shut up. What'd you say?
So we'll jump into the men's segments now. Wait. So prompting this was brought up the Naomi deserves better tweets again.
Oh god. Here we go.
I think she's on that level where she can take a loss anyway.
Yeah. And my argument is, do you have a better person to do this job?
Yeah.
Who could go in there and make Piper Niven look good and piss off enough people to give Eva Marie more heat? Naomi is the perfect babyface because she's already had Naomi deserves better hashtags. People love Naomi. If this was SmackDown, this would have been Liv Morgan because people like Liv Morgan. So the perfect babyface overall to take out in the female division is Naomi because there's nobody else. Who else? I can't imagine anybody else getting heat. Oh, she beat Natty or Tamina. No one's gonna care. She beats Dana Brooke or Mandy. No one's gonna care. And you can't even tell me another person on that Raw roster. If she beat Asuka, you're going to be pissed and be like, that's ridiculous. If she beat Ripley, ridiculous. She can't beat Charlotte. Naomi is the only one on that roster that could have fit that category right there.
100%. I 100% agree with you. So let's move into some of the shittier stuff. John Morrison versus Jeff Hardy.
What was this? I got a retirement match out of this.
Yeah, so
what the hell was this?
This basically, Jeff Hardy manages to lose without a legit distraction from Cedric. Like, he actually just lost this match. Cedric did nothing other than stand outside.
Yes.
And then Cedric got on the mic and said he still idolizes him, but he disrespected him last week by being a sore winner and apologizes for not sending him to the retirement home. This is when Jeff Hardy decides to put his career on the line.
I thought he was gonna lose. I
thought this was ended.
Fuck it. We're doing this here. Let's do it. Maybe this is leading up to the end of Jeff Hardy, and they're gonna put his career on line, and he's gonna lose another match or something, but I do not know.
That actually wasn't a bad match for what it was.
Yeah, but why did it happen?
Yeah. And then we get the segment of Drew McIntyre calling Lashley Trashly. And then Drew McIntyre gives another unnecessary history lesson. I need this man drug tested because none of it made sense.
No, it didn't seem like it was glossing over some of the facts and stuff.
And then Lashley playing a dangerous game. He publicly admitted to wanting to execute Drew and then mount his head on a stick. There's so much a bit of blood on that man. Lashley's going to prison.
Yeah, but on AEW people talk about killing each other every week.
No.
Miro's talking about killing people. MJF is talking about MJF is talking about killing people, and the Revival have threatened to kill people. It's just murder is happening in wrestling, or alleged threats, empty threats of murder is happening.
And then
there's Wardlow with the ice pick.
That's attempted murder.
Yes.
He would have got away with it if there wasn't any cameras. The best match of the night. The New Day versus RK Bro. Everyone played their part in this match. Everyone.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Manny, but for me, and maybe I was overexcited about this match and I enjoyed too much of it. But I thought not only was this the best match of the week, better than anything I saw in your house, but it's one of the best tag matches I've seen in a while. I was just really entertained by it. I thought everybody put in good work and it was exciting, and I don't know. It just had all the elements.
Barring some of the Young Bucks matches from maybe a month ago, before they started getting even more ridiculous. Because Nick Jackson's getting more ridiculous every week I see him.
Yeah. Now I actually want to drug test Nick Jackson.
Yeah, this is probably one of the best tag matches do you know what? The best tag match on Raw all year.
Yeah, that's a fact. We don't want to get spicy and upset any of the AEW fanboys about tag matches. It's probably, you can say it's the best tag match on Raw. It was just really good. They stayed within rules, and it wasn't high spot crazy. It was just good wrestling and good storytelling.
I did. So on the New Day pod when they started talking about movesets and stuff like that, Woods was talking about the honor roll. How he picked that up. He picked the roll off Tajiri and he turned that into a DDT.
Yeah.
And I found it a really nice touch and a nod to the podcast that he does the honor roll into an RKO for the finish. I thought that was really nice.
Yeah. That was really good. It was a good it was a good finish to the RKO.
Yeah, and then the aftermath.
One of the greats.
In the aftermath of MVP continuing to try and steer Kofi onto the right path as he blames Kofi for Woods for tonight's loss.
Yeah. Manny, are we a few days away from getting Big Money Kofi Kingston?
Boop, boop, I want Big Money Kofi Kingston.
Because it seems like that could easily turn into him and MVP going that way. But I can also see Woods turning on Kofi and joining MVP.
I don't want that though. Do you want that?
I don't either. No. I don't want that, but it just seems like it could go in that direction. I enjoy this segment of him running down. It's not your fault. It's his fault. And he'll put the blame on, can you get out of here? I'm not turning on it. Like the whole thing, the interaction, it just really worked really well.
And then Woods with a subtle your mama joke.
Yeah.
Which I felt like it felt a bit flat. It's like, can you hurry up? Because I need to put a dish out for your mom or your wife or whatever he said.
His mom, or whatever, he said, and I was like, damn, he called his mom a bitch, and basically by saying he gonna put a dish out. It was like, it was a little harsh. It was a little harsh for this. MVP didn't say anything that wrong. Yeah,
and then they continue to try and push Riker. They continue, and I'm not buying it.
Stop. Just stop.
He doesn't even look like Zack Ryder this week. Do you know who he looks like this week? Stifler from American Pie.
So that's what happened to Steve Stifler.
Came up racist.
Joined the military, got those tattoos, and very racist. Damn.
Yeah, and then we get half an hour of what AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre, which then turns into AJ Styles, Omos, and Bobby Lashley versus AJ Styles, and Drew and the Viking Raiders.
What did you feel about Bobby having to go get his gear and then coming back and being like, "Fuck you, Drew, I'll come back." Considering Lashley was like, "I don't have to work tonight all night," he was like, "I don't have to do anything."
Did he not have tearaway pants?
No, he just left and came back.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't look like he had them on. He had the shoes on.
He had to fully get dressed in time, and I'm impressed that he was able to get everything together. I'm assuming he had his ring gear under the pants under there. He's probably had to put his boots on, which probably didn't take that long.
By the way, that woman in the orange has made herself famous on TV. She has been on TV repeatedly.
She's the only one that had to be interchanging.
Yeah, it's the only one that doesn't change out.
I feel like that's Bobby Lashley's actual woman at this point.
Yeah, and then so that was the end of Raw, where AJ looked like he was going for the tag for Omos. He tags in Lashley. Lashley looks pissed. Eats the Claymore. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I don't understand that ending of like AJ missed the tag. Did he just confuse his black people? See that? That just happened.
I think he only trusts one. I think he only trusts one black person from being from Georgia.
I can only trust one. What? We're out of here. And then he took the pin, and that's our final hype for Hell in a Cell. What did you think of the final hype?
Do you know what? It hasn't been as bad as many other Raws going into a Hell in a Cell, going into a pay-per-view. It wasn't good either. It wasn't strong to go into Hell in a Cell either, but it wasn't as bad. It wasn't like they forgot there was a pay-per-view coming this Sunday.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, the final segment is Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax in a match.
I think I would have liked to go see Charlotte and Rhea's pull apart end Raw.
Now, how many Hell in a Cell matches are there? Is it 2 or 3? Because Ray and Roman are having Hell in the Cell.
I think it's 3.
And Drew and Bobby are in there, and it's Ripley and Charlotte?
Yeah.
Because I remember her saying Hell in the Cell. I was like, oh, they're actually having their match in there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the end of the show, guys.
Yep. That was Monday Night Raw. The best match of Hell in a Cell is probably in that cell will probably be Rhea Charlotte, I think. Okay,
so on-air production meeting. Run and review.
Oh.
Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
What match we doing?
I would go Charlotte Ripley.
Really? Not Ray being thrown around himself to like half an hour?
No. Unless they change that into a Uso and Roman against the Mysterios and somebody else. That's the only way I can get behind that. But other than that, no.
So what
War Games at that point.
So what we have at the moment is we've got the In Your House 5-way coming out this week. Next week we're gonna start recording the reviews for Hell in a Cell for Charlotte versus Ripley, which I think is the longest story going into it out of the 3 matches. Unless you wanted to cover Drew.
No, Drew and Bobby is the longest story. I feel like Drew and Bobby isn't going to be any good. I think it's going to be the same. We've seen them so many times.
Shall we judgment call it? So when we send out the invites, it could be Charlotte or it could be Bobby, depending on which one's the better one.
Well, you know, if we go for a better one, we're going to be like, oh, this is a positive review show instead of it being a negative.
I don't think we've done any women's matches yet, so I think it probably be right that we do a women's match.
Yeah, I'm down for it. And Charlotte brings in the controversy anyway.
Yeah, and thing is, their matches have been good though. Their matches have been good, so you could get something special in the cell. So yeah, we'll do that. We
chose Ray and the Reigns, who has no story going in whatsoever. Well, I mean, they do. They have actually a good story.
We are leaving out Rollins for Cesaro, as Mike points out in the chat.
It's gonna be on there, but I thought, I don't know where we're gonna review the Cell match. I mean, we can review Rollins and Cesaro. The thing is, we know what we're getting out of that. It's gonna be a great match.
Yeah, we know that's gonna be a good match.
I mean, we could always do Bayley and Bianca, but we don't know what we're getting out of that.
I think that's gonna be good. Their others have been really good.
So it's a solid card for Hell in a Cell, but I feel Drew and Bobby will have the worst Cell match though. Even though I think they're good, it's just that I've seen them before, and I don't feel like Drew's winning here.
Possibly not. I don't. I do think they need to move away from this anyway. I don't think I need to see Drew champion. Although Lashley's had the title. Lashley's had the title since February, so that's actually a pretty long run considering.
It's a decent run.
But I feel like
I don't think you should give it to Drew. Drew's still with everybody. I feel like he's been there on top for so long.
There's still so much you can do with the Hurt Business, which they're not putting trigger on. Like this whole stuff they're going with Kofi actually does seem quite interesting. Like because you do have that they can actually bring in Woods into the Hurt Business.
Oh, or something like that. But I think going into SummerSlam, if they did not get Brock Lesnar to fight Bobby Lashley or whatever they plan on doing, Kofi and Lashley at SummerSlam could be really good, and has the right story and it's a good build up.
Well, and
I feel like they've already moved on into that if they're going that route.
Well, if they really are going ahead with this whole doing SummerSlam as the WrestleMania for this year, I would say if you can't get Lesnar, you go with that match.
Yeah, it's a perfect side match. Like,
but
if you do want to try, or
there's so much money saved that you could get Lesnar. There's so much money saved right now. You could go get Lesnar.
Yeah, but if you want to use Lesnar, honestly, I know people want Bobby and Lesnar to have that match. I might want to see Kofi and Brock go at it again, and you tell the story of redemption story as Kofi being a champion again, and Lesnar just going, I'm just going to take it like last time, overlooking him, and they actually go out there and have more than 8 seconds. They may go, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, and Kofi gets the win this time, maybe. Who knows?
I know what I want now. I know what I want. I want to upset the whole internet wrestling community. I want Reginald.
Oh.
Come to the ring as Eva Marie. Defeat Bobby Lashley. Eva Marie announces herself the new WWE champion in SummerSlam.
Yeah, how long until Eva Marie beat Rhea Ripley? What you got? SummerSlam?
Nah, a bit longer than that.
And Piper Never's like, here you go. I kind of wish it was a wrestler of the week for her. Like, who's coming out with Eva this week? And saying
that would be
Eva
great.
Marie, she's racking up wins.
That could be great. Eva Marie could be female $1 million man, and Piper Niven could be her Andre the Giant that gives her the title. How great would that be?
It would be. The heat would be ridiculous. And she's just going to talk about how much of a competitor she is and all that.
Yeah.
It'd be great. I'll be entertained by it. Like, again, I felt like the outrage of Eva Marie was going to happen no matter what she did. She could have went out there and been very much improved in the ring. And people go, I can't stand her.
She didn't even do anything in the ring, and people were outraged.
Her total TV time may have been 3 minutes of this show. And she has so much outrage. And she's only said one thing, and the winner is Eva Marie. That's it.
But do you know what? The way people were reacting was like someone killed their mother or like slept with their wives kind of rage. Like,
it wasn't that bad.
It's not that deep, man.
That segment helped 3 people. It helped Naomi. It reignited that people actually care about her. And maybe she'd do something more with her career and help her out more. Eva Marie, most hated person in wrestling. Just showing up. And then Piper Niven got TV time, looked dominant. And a women's division that needed someone new.
It's not that deep, man. Like, when I finish watching wrestling, that's it. I don't stay mad for 2 hours.
I gotta find a new form to go get mad at. And find more people that agree with me. She's trash, she's trash, she's trash.
Thing is, I could have watched Raw live last night. I could have. I was up till that time. I was too busy in the mid-card mess actually typing reasons as to why you shouldn't take this seriously. It's not that deep. You can't get mad at something that they're trying. It's not like this has been gone on for like 8 weeks and she's stunk up the TV set for 8 weeks. 1 week. She's back in the ring for 1 week. She wasn't even in the ring, people. The only thing she contributed in that ring was saying that she won the match.
This is literally like reading a book and going like, fuck, I hate this book. That was like the first paragraph. That was chapter 1. That was chapter 1. We haven't got in there. You're just getting to know the characters. I hate this fucking book. I hate that character. I hate this character. Let the character grow. All right? This is chapter 1.
Like, there's TV shows. If you like, what Breaking Bad? That is a hard show to watch until you get really into it.
Yeah.
You need to get a good few episodes, maybe a season into it before you can recognize it as a really great show.
It is the slowest bird ever.
Yeah.
Shit is happening. You think you've been watching the show for 4 years? It's been like 2 weeks. In that lifetime.
No, it's like a luchador when we talk about the slow burn for Hangman Adam Page, because I think it should have happened by now. But like he's willing to go on that long journey for 2022, the year of Adam Page. Even though it should be the year of Adam Page now.
Yeah, I feel like that was overcooked. That's like, oh, it was a nice burn and him walking away, leaving the Elite and all that. Now should be the time. He should be the guy fight Elite. He should be the Elite hunter instead of whatever Cass is doing.
Yeah, but
I don't believe Cass.
But like, if people didn't give it the time, much like how if people wrote off AEW immediately after week 1, what are you watching on a Wednesday now then?
Friday.
NBA on TNT.
No drama. They do. But in hockey.
But like you've got to give things chances before you can really shit on them.
Yeah, people shit on everything too fast.
You don't turn up. You don't turn up to a job and the manager just takes one look at you and you're fired.
Yeah. Why? I don't like that suit. You're tying you're wearing.
First of all, there's rules against that, but. You give most jobs. You're given a probation period to see if you can pass judgment, pass their judgment and standards and stuff like that.
What about rehires, Manny? Because she's a rehire. Like I know how this person is.
No, you treat her as brand new.
You treat this rehire. You're a rehire.
No, because you know when
last time and it was bad. No. It was bad last time. I'm sure it's gonna be bad this time.
No. So when you leave
just
a company,
get out of here.
When you leave a company, your employee number changes when you come back, doesn't it? You don't come back as the same employee number.
Yeah, I kind of got
new leaf, people, new leaf. Give it some time. I may be eating my words in a month, but at least I've given it time.
She hasn't done anything wrong yet. That's like blaming somebody who just got out of jail. Oh, you're gonna steal, aren't you? No, I'm not reformed. I'm actually cool. I'm educated. I'm trying to get a job. Get the fuck out of here. You're a piece of shit.
Not always. There's some people that actually feel like they need to be back inside because they can't deal with actual real society anymore.
There's that. I'm talking about like that 0.7% that actually does reform because they went to jail. It's very low, but I'm saying that person's like, no, I'm a new person. Yeah, fuck you. You're gonna steal, cheat, and kill somebody and get them drugs.
Oh, this got deep very quickly when we're talking about Eva Marie. See, most polarizing person in the WWE. You guys talking about her.
About the prison system.
Got her talking about her. She only was on TV for 3 minutes. I've had shits last longer than that.
Never get a shit to last 3 minutes. They all go longer than that.
And Vince is in the back saying, "You're going too long."
Come on, damn it! Get out of there! Get out of there, damn it! All right. I guess that's it.
Yeah. So once again, give these two a chance. We may actually see something interesting.
Piper never looked like she having the time of her life. Eerie is like.
Well, even Marie looked like, why are you standing next to me? Why are you touching me? When she was announcing herself as winner.
We can literally have an Eva Marie Britt Baker series where they actually hate the Britt Baker character because Eva Marie is hated.
And then I'm planning a new video with Marcus at some point where we rank all the women against Naomi to work out does she really deserve better. No, that's too far. We're just gonna rank all the women in WWE.
See where they go.
Where they go.
Who's really at the bottom of the barrel?
And on that note, people, thanks for watching the video on the weekend. Stay tuned for run-in reviews. We'll be back on Thursday. There's content all over the place. And then all three of us, me, Marcus, and Eric, will be back on Saturday. Provided I'm not drunk from Friday. Or haven't been murdered in a fight with people with England versus Scotland going on.
Either way, he'll be here.
Black eye or not.
What happened? The Scots, man, they fucking talk a lot of shit. Tell me a story about his Scottish history. Damn, he knocked you back to Monday with Drew McIntyre.
And what did it feel like? And on that note, guys, peace.